Emergency sirens silenced in Cedar Park. All new at 6, KXAN investigates inconsistencies in the city's emergency plan, threatening to leave citizens without warning.
If something were to happen, we have the capability to turn them on today if we need to.
Well, would you guys use them?
That is not a decision.
It's not.
That's not a sole decision, so I can't really answer that.
KXAN's Katina McHenry investigates.
Record tornado activity and severe weather season is just getting started. Here in Central Texas, weather watchers are understandably anxious. This month marks 14 years since tornadoes touched down in Jarrell and Cedar Park. And since then, 3 cities have installed tornado alert sirens. Now Cedar Park is taking theirs down and offering on-again, off-again responses to our questions about what they would do if another storm struck today. KXAN's Katina McHenry investigates.
And there was no warnings at all. I was watching television.
Bonnie Lemire watched an F5 tornado tear her home apart May 27, 1997.
I hear all this crashing and banging, flying in the garage, and the house shaking, and the train coming down the street is what it sounded like, and I was just scared to death.
14 years later, she wishes the city would spare 3 strategically placed emergency sirens, but last year the city voted to take them down eventually. The sirens are still standing, but have not been tested since July of 2010. Cedar Park purchased the sirens from Federal Signal. The company has clients throughout Tornado Alley, and most recently installed 150 identical sirens in the Dallas area.
It's very common in the state of Texas. This is probably the most sold siren in the world today. It's very reliable. It's built to last 25 to 50 years.
Instead of the sirens, council members voted to distribute this severe weather plan and hired emergency manager Jessica Jackson.
Well, having situational awareness is very important for residents.
This plan tells people to listen to the city's low-powered radio station, check the website, and listen for reverse 911 calls if they're home. It also tells people to buy a weather radio and put together a preparedness kit. But preparation isn't enough for someone who lived through the 1997 tornado.
The Tyler Junior College, some trees down from a possible tornado.
It was just very frightening.
If a storm hits, Lemire wants the sirens activated, at least until they're taken down. I discovered it doesn't cost anything to turn the sirens on. We wanted to know who would make that call.
Whose decision?
It's a group effort decision. Go ahead, Jenny.
No, I was just going to say.
That's Cedar Park's communications manager, Jenny Huerta, speaking off camera. Her response begged our next question. Would Cedar Park's tornado sirens be turned on if a storm hit today?
Well, would you guys use them?
That is not a decision.
That's
not a sole decision, so I can't really answer that.
But, I mean, it's my understanding that yes, we would turn them on. I mean, that's my understanding.
That answer's not good enough for residents like Lemire, who still feel haunted by that day 14 years ago every time a storm rolls through.
Well, I don't know the cost involved, but I don't think it's a smart move to take them down. They should, if anything, be putting more up.
And we get this information out that the sirens are going away.
The city's Assistant Fire Chief James Malliger told council expanding the system to 10 more sirens would cost nearly $300,000. Due to the high costs, he advised council against spending that money.
The city's emergency management plan is supposed to be released sometime in June, but we're not even sure how residents are supposed to hear about it. I asked 3 specific questions. What are you sending? How will residents receive the information? And how much will it cost? Emergency Management Coordinator Jessica Jackson could not answer those questions, so I called the city manager's office. That office referred me back to the communications manager. So here's what we do know. The city council is scheduled to vote on the emergency preparedness plan at their meeting on May 26th at 6:30. KXAN will have a crew there and will bring you any new developments. For now, reporting in the studio, Katina McHenry, KXAN, Austin News.
Earlier this afternoon, the Cedar Park City Manager's Office released the following statement to KXAN News. It's from the Fire Chief Chris Connolly, who says in part, the present sirens give a false perception of security. Even with a greater distribution of siren towers, the ability of residents to hear them would not cause the fire department to recommend their use. You can read the chief's entire statement online and offer your comments at KXAN.com.